Hello and welcome to Trains and Theatic, and I hope you're all good today. And I do have an echo, so hiya Robert, hiya Tom, hiya anybody else who's out there. Hope you all had a good day. Currently my preview screen have gone, you unplugged me Richard, I'm not turning back on. I know it's my own fault for unplugging it. So, how is everyone today? I hope you're all good. So let's start off with sad news. Let's go into my computer. For people who don't know, the Model Railway Directive was absolutely amazing resource for modelers of all types. So you used to be able to find out model shops around you, you used to be able to find out what shows were on, what swap meets, but unfortunately they have decided to close the website down, which I want to first of all say to Adrian who ran it, I don't know if I met you or not, but I appreciate the website, it being such a big resource. I wouldn't have known about half of the shows I visit if it wasn't for you. Thank you for all the work you put in. And then secondly, if anybody wanted to take it over or do an equivalent, that would be amazing, especially having somewhere where about all the shows are left. I do use RM Web to find out where shows are, but this was such a champion. So next one, batman.co.uk, and it's for spring range. Set cookies. So I'm very nothing has shouted out I want to buy you, but I am interested in some of the decisions Batman have made, so let's have a look around. So you got for Eastern Express train set 334 or 3 or 400 depending on if you're analog or digital, but when you consider that that's a chip and a controller as well, quite acceptable. Then you've got First Suburban Season train set, which 305 for analog or 414 for sound. That's actually quite a good price as you get a DCC controller and sound chip, loco and carriages, so that's actually not too bad in my opinion. Then you get some new Steam locos. Let me do that for a moment, let that to cool down. I know that some people will be excited over for Steam locos. I'll be honest and say I like steam trains, but I don't see me having many steam trains on my layout. But they seem to have a good selection in different liveries. Then we get onto the 10,001s in green, DCC sound fitted, which is quite good. I know it would mean a mould upgrade, but I'm surprised they haven't gone for deluxe as well and given you the automatic couplings. As I have said, Batman have said that they want to get deluxe on everything, so this is most probably about they're reusing a previous mould, but you even get to drive in it. Then you've got some wagons, 35 quid, about standard price. Then you've got this new Jubilee, which is give you the options. That's interesting, 110 for the sound chip. But these are new toolings. Then you've got it in green. Then you got some new figures. One of these had me laughing earlier. I do like the commuter pack. So you've got for Lady Spy, you've got for Spy Waiting for the Train, you've got for Commercial Espionage Gentleman, you have for Mark, you have for Spy Ready to Kill Someone, and then you've got for Person Running Away from the Spy. So I like her new Spy set. Post-war era school children playing, that's quite nice. I liked this one. I like the police officer on the horse. I like the rider man, and I like the overarmed police officers. Then you've got modern commuters, which look quite cool. Then we've got some more wagons. That's actually quite nice. I like that. And 25 quid, quite a good price. Then more wagons. Yeah, I know. I got to vivid sense of humour. Now we're onto some Engage stuff, which is the same price as 00. So you've got this 101 standard and sound. And then you have it in blue and green. Then you've got Royal Mail wagon. Then you've got post office wagons and more post office wagons. This is OO9. Some coal wagons. I do find these quite interesting for coal wagons, all for different places. Then you've got big hoppers, 42 quid. When you consider how many of those you need, so I would say 4 for full length, trying compared to some of the others, you'll get a good length at quite a good price. Then you've got these ones. There is no OO9 announcements this time, which I find quite interesting. But if you think we have been spoilt on the OO9 front. But these are quite interesting things. Now some Engage buildings. Hi Carl, good to see you there. Just having a look at the Batman range. So this is for Engage again. Engage coal hoppers. Engage houses, low release houses. Now onto the 00. So that's a coal shed. That's on cranes. That's a water thing. Those are station things, which could go quite nicely on this layout. That's an enormous engine shed. I do like that, but I don't have anywhere for it. Then you've got platform end. Now this is for interesting bits. So we got to News Agent, you got to Blockbusters, you got to R Prize, you got to Dewhurst Butchers. I don't know whereabouts they were in the world, but Dewhurst was a chain of butchers down south till they closed. Then you got Ditson. This one reminded me very much of Alton. So there's 3 here, which very, very, very tempting. Then you've got Lineside Hut, Diesel Point, Train Catching, Coal Bunker, CCTV cameras, walls, chimney, engine shed, milk churns, dustbins, propane cans, wagon loads, pavement. I saw this and was wondering, do they do other parts? As this seemed to be a middle of a kit set. Hut, wall, and then buses. And baby Deltics. which if you want to see the real size remake of that, I believe that's at Barrow Hill. These all look quite cool and a good price. Then we got the EFE wagons, coaches. Is it me, or do these two here remind you of Annie and Clarabelle? So, yeah, some interesting stuff. That bus pack is quite good as well. So, what's next? Let's go to Black Magic, and let's see if that screen's going to work nicely now. Nope, oh yeah, screen's coming back to life. Here it's going, Energy Star. And yay, the screen's back. So let me go to camera 3 today. Yeah, I got 3 cameras. So that's a camera being obnoxious, and that's because of the mode I got the camera in for colour lining. So you can see that I now got the backboard on. I forgot to find the back scene today, so that's not happening. You can also see if I go to camera 1, that this surface has been finished off. Let me make this a bit higher. So camera 3 again. I need to do something clever. I don't like having to do something clever. I need to do that. There we go. So the bar rolling is because I had to film a screen for work, so that didn't work today, but that's fine. So this have now got a much stronger frame. I can pick it up much easier, and this is confirmed for the Elizabethan Model Railway Club on the 10th and 11th of October as its first outing. So I've got jobs to get done on this. I will always have jobs to get done on it. But the main problem today is these point motors. The point motors work if I had a spare plug, but I now need to sort out the polarity switch underneath. And the skeleton material at the back is just true to scale, universal ground cover, and this stuff is amazing. If you haven't bought one, buy yourself some. It comes from Rail Stuff. They sell it, or you can get it directly from True from Scale or quite a few other retailers, but best product of the year. So, plans for point polarity is to use these. These are the Train Tech, which is part of Gauge Master relay units. So what I'm going to do is program each of these relays the same as these points. So on this I need to provide DCC in, and then to address it I press that button till the light on it starts to flash, and then send a command, and that will set the first address and do it again, and it's same for second address. And I have 2 of these. So let's turn the board over and get you a good thing. Do they do wagon loads in? They do all kinds of stuff true to scale. I think they do stuff for you to make your wagon loads. Also, that's the other one I was going to say. Just before I turn it upside down, I put on my daily shorts yesterday, what should the layout be called? And I got some responses. So if I press that button there and go onto this one, the responses are: where is the rabbit? And that came from my mum. Hate Across Junction, which is from Booty Monster. That's my favourite name. Then Fracture Man 9719, Foundry Holt Siding, and Tomat Hilarious Brian. So my two thoughts are either Hate Across Junction or Brian. I know Brian wasn't a serious suggestion, but I do like the name. I've been told by the club I need to get the name if I want it to go to the show. So Brian is a very good name. Okay, so need to move that out of the way. Put that down like that. And turn to camera 3. So you can see how the structure has been made. That screen's really far behind. So this needs fits in somewhere. These cables are in the way. So this one will go out there. Try not to throw the camera away, Richard. So this decoder is actually quite an easy one to fit. So take that out, plug it in, and realise that first idea won't work, so I need to go for a second idea, which will be to fit it like that. So for anyone playing Trains in the Arctic Bingo, you get one today. As I'm about to say, I just need to pop into the train room. So just pop you into the train room, as I need a drill and some screws. I got the drill and I got the screws. And whoever made the comment of, you call that to a drill, this is a drill. Good on you. Or this is not a drill. Or whatever comments you want. I don't really mind. So grab a couple of screws. Make sure that they won't cause any damage. To the board. Then make sure that it's set the correct way round. And that board's now fixed. And I know That's underneath a building, so that's fine. So these are my frog switches for white wires. I don't know why I've done frog switches and DCC ground as the same colour switch. I mean same colour wire. I would advise against that. That's a very bad idea, especially on my case. So I go Richard Red and I'll put that unit. And then go, oh, it's over here, that's fine. Then I go, do I have a screwdriver? And I do have a screwdriver. I've actually pre-planned. I have this screwdriver here. So on here you have a NO, which is normally open, common, and NC, which is normally closed. The white wire go in there, and then for NC and for NO, one going to be for blue wire, the other is going to be for black wire, and I'm not quite sure which one is which, because I haven't worked it out yet. But undo the middle, plop the wire in, do that one up. Do the same on this side. And do the wire up. And there's a comment there. Yeah, I should label for frog wires. Very good advice. So that one going to be fitted there like so. Get the drill out again. And that one's in. And then go into the new pack. And actually have instructions, which is always useful. And for now, colour instructions. Oh, I like what Gauge Master have done. They have put double-sided tape on the back, which is really good. So, one of the other interesting things you have with this is, as well as the DCC, you have additional buttons. So one's for a momentary switch and one's for a sensor. But I'm not quite sure how that works. Let's get the instructions. So, yeah, so it's using for DCC as your common bus, or your, and then you do your switching from that to, if you're doing from a momentary switch, or if you use S, that connect to the signal so that you can actually have automation. So you set your point, then you use the train tech signals with what do you call it? Signals with built-in their sensor system, and then you can then as we detect something going over, it will react to that. I do like for sticky stuff. Well done, Gauge Master. I never had any problems with this when it was train tech, but this little addition of sticky pads make it so much easier just to stick it on. And then I just need a drill to just quickly permanently fasten it to the layout. As we all know, once you have drilled something once, it can never be removed. Oh, that's something else I was going to say. I decided I don't really like this engine shed. I'm looking for a new OO9 engine shed for this layout. So what I need to do now is to set up a DCC system. And as I'm supposedly organised, I got my bots. And in my bots, I keep 2 DCC systems. So today we're going to be using Digitrack DCS50, or Zap as it's also known. I can always tell my one as it's wrapped up in purple. So let me just plug this in. And plug it in over there. The other thing I should have found before I started the stream was my Wago connections, but that's not the end of the world, as I have this breakout board. But let's see if I can put that there. I should be able to press picture in picture, turn that on, and yeah, you can see the controller and the thing at the same time. And then if I go to this one, I should be able to make it bigger somehow. Ew, that's weird. Okay, I got to stop pressing buttons. So turn that on. Oh, it got key on, so turn that on. I can't make it bigger that way. Does anyone know how to make the picture in picture bigger? I do like the idea of calling this layout Brian. I do like Hazel Cross, and BT Monster have done a lot for the channel in the past. But Brian, that's such a good name. I know Monty Python and all that, but Do you like the idea of Brian? I'm not quite sure if it was a serious one to call it Brian or not, but I'm liking it. So I keep a good stash of wires just over there. So that's what I'm quickly doing with that. Hello Lee, good to see you there. Good to have you back. Are you brushing anything interesting? Wow, I got 12 people watching. What have I done to deserve this? What's the point of being a content creator if you don't do your wire stripping in front of the camera? So, on the back of this, I'm not sure if it's what camera it's showing on. I just need rail A and rail B. This is what I like about the train tech. They just make things easy. So now I stick that one in that hole poorly. This one is this hole just as badly, but make sure that neither are touching each other. Then I turn on track power, so that's power, so we've got track power. Then if I do switch, so this is 001, and I do there's a throw command. There we go. So I just need to hold this button here, and that's now flashing. And I send the throw command. You should be able to hear it going. So if I now go to address 2 and do a throw, and it doesn't do anything because I now need to press that again. So if I go to 1, if I go to 2, so we've got address 1, okay, I need to read the instructions as I made a mistake. Oh, that's cool. So, to program for track thing, I need to read the instructions. It say keep away from Richard. Especially keep this away from Richard when you're doing anything sensible. So, it say each channel is 1 and 2. To control the thing, you can blah 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 blah. Track power to enter the address. Press a button If it gives me a single flash, it's 1. So I now do that till we get to double flash. So hopefully press that again, change to 1, and now hopefully I got this programmed. So so that's single, so that should be address number 1. So throw that. Now that's in address 2 programming. So if I go to 1, I can now change it, and 2, I can change it. So that flashy ready light is how to program it, how to tell which mode you're programming it in. So I then go to the other side and do the same programming, but that will get a bit boring for you. So I'll go and move this around, disconnect these 2 wires quickly. When you're doing wires, just make sure to turn off the power to your track so that you can't burn anything out. Remove that. So what I need to do is tap into the bus wire and put a feed to both of these boards, which we'll just go over that, which does DCC and then for point polarities. So if I move this on there, so this wire is one that will need a bit more training. So I'll just move that white wire out. And then I'm going to change that to 3, change that to 1, and then get out a particular cable, which look like I don't have with me. Clever Richard. So I can't show that off. I have a cable made up for track power, but because I'm so organised, I forgot to actually sort that. So last thing to do today then is to decide for railway attraction of the week. So if I do that and go to PC, Midland Railway Centre, this is my railway attraction of the week, railway related attraction of the week. They're opening for half term and they have been doing some major track upgrades. So they're quite local to me, and I'm not quite sure if they show it here, but hidden away you have a G gauge layout in one of the buildings. This is where you can find me every now and again, as I'm a part of a G gauge group which run that layout. So if you're in from Midlands and looking for somewhere to visit, come and have a look at Midland Railway Centre. So when we're open for G gauge, it's in the stationary powerhouse. They have a nice miniature railway you can ride on, which is the GVLR railway, really good. And they have several model railways. So with all that done, I'll see you all next week. There'll be a shortly. So thank you everyone for staying up. And we have decided the name of the layout is Brian. So I'll see you all next time. Thank you.